Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How you doing, everybody? This is Frank Avone,
I'm Doug Quimby.
and we're kind of live.
Kinda living.
And this week we got a bunch of stuff to talk about, including, let's see, what kind of topics do we have here? Woodstock 50th anniversary lineup. If your photo is owned by other people, that's our topic of the week. I probably should have led by that. Aqueous, how they're kicking butt and just had an awesome weekend run. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about a new documentary about Trey Anastasio and much more. So how's your week been, Doug?
It's been good. I've been keeping busy, working a job. We all have our time.
We do,
But
unfortunately.
now, kind of live, kind of living off the clock and streaming live.
And streaming live. We had an awesome weekend recording a brand new music video that Last Days rock band that will be coming out very soon. Very proud of this video with the quality of it, and we can't wait for all of you to see it. We also Friday night I got to at least go see Aqueous in Rochester, where they played 3 sets at Anthology. 2 original sets mashed in with 1 all improv set, which was almost an hour. Literally all improv. And it was freaking amazing.
That's
One of the guitarists, lead guitarist Mike Ganser, is probably one of my new favorite guitarists because not only do they jam, but it reminded me of just listening to Metallica while in high school, especially Cunning Stunts, DVD, Seattle 1989 during the Damaged Justice tour, just heavy, crazy solos, and Ganser was pulling it off all night, and
And that's pretty impressive.
Basically an hour of improv, all on the spot at a sold-out show.
No, that's very impressive. I feel like for any artist to do, be able to improv a whole hour jam, especially with the intensity that you're talking about. Like this is jam music. You're talking about like heavy metal jam.
Yeah, I mean, you could compare it to almost like an Humphreys McGee, but their style is just awesome, and it's just cool that they're a band from New York, based out of Buffalo, and they just got off an awesome West Coast tour where they sold out shows in states that they've never been to, including California and Texas, and I mean, that's a pretty huge achievement. I remember seeing Aqueous, was it 2011, at basically this, how would you describe the temple?
It's a building.
It's basically
it's just a really big building. There's a whole bunch of studio apartments in it. There's apparently a gymnasium or auditorium type of deal. There's that one hallway where at the end it's just a hole cut out. There's like no wall.
Yeah.
It just leads outside. So the temple it's something.
It's it is just a building of just, I don't know.
It's
I don't know how to describe it. It's in the town in the middle of nowhere called Hudson Falls, New York, and we've been there multiple times. Great times over there, and so I ended up seeing them open up for a band called Capital Zen, and maybe like 50 people there, and then like 2 years ago in 2016, I saw them at, where was it? Putnam Place in Saratoga Springs, and it was like nobody there. And I don't know if it's just something with the upstate New York, at least Adirondack area, where we can't get certain crowds for certain shows, but I mean, they were amazing, and hats off to them for keeping on growing, especially, for myself, I grew up listening to thrash metal, rock and roll, Led Zeppelin, all that, and met a guy by the name of Scott Hannay, and then also Greg Merrick of Formula 5, and kind of started listening to some jam band music, Fish, and just to see and hear these bands I used to hear maybe in 2010 still not only doing it, but breaking new just levels for themselves. It's just awesome, and I can at least say I feel like I owe a lot to that scene because we just love being a part of it, and maybe can't play the instruments, but if we can go cover concerts like we share on our website, mirth-films.com. Got to fit that plug in quick.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, seriously, though, it's just cool to see bands grow. It's good for them. But speaking of whales, Doug, what tragic thing happened?
So apparently earlier on this week, they found a dead whale, and he had 88 pounds of plastic inside of his body. Like shopping bags, plastic is a major part of our life.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yes. And a lot of that, kind of just goes eventually into the ocean because we don't really have anything to do with it. And like you ever hear about Garbage Island? That
of course,
that one floating mass of garbage that is like I guess the size of Texas that's just floating out in the ocean. Like the fish are eating that, and so this whale ended up eating like 88 pounds of plastic materials.
Oh my God!
And ended up like suffocating and dying.
That's horrible.
It's terrible. It's something like we definitely gotta realize like this big rock in space that we're living on, like it's kind of fragile.
It is fragile.
We gotta take care of everything that we can. There's other living species out there that like whales are smart, man. Dolphins, dolphins have a language we can't even understand. Like we can't be like messing up their whole ecosystem.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who knows what the dolphins are saying about us?
Right.
But all seriously, we came from nature. Take care of nature. Don't be a scumbag and leave your crap everywhere.
Exactly. Recycle properly.
At the same time, who knows where they put all this stuff?
Yeah,
after you take it to the dump.
That's what I've always wondered. Like even if you do recycle, you go in what. Yeah, I mean, you do see products that are made from recycled plastics, which is always good. You should definitely go for those. But like, there's a lot of landfills out there that are just sitting. Like, what can you really do with all the waste that we produce? You know what I'm saying?
Seriously, and it's just like. We got to stop this soon, or soon you're going to be able to book flights to Garbage Island. So let's just stop it now. Get the Republicans on our side and try to figure this out. Not really trying to pick sides there, because you can vote for whoever you want to. It's a free country, and it should be a free country. But before some other path happens, I want to give a shout out to Max O'Connell. What's up, Max?
Hey.
How you doing? Thank you for entering into our Thank you for talking to us in our top chat. If you are listening, you can communicate with us. You can ask us questions, give us feedback, and if you have topics that you want to talk about or us to talk about, we'll talk about them. Yeah. So. But I want to take this time to also share, we do sell merchandise. We have the Mirth Films t-shirt on sale for $20 on our Etsy store, which you can find the link below watching the video. And we really appreciate all support that you guys have given us, and hopefully you continue to give it to us, and we'll continue to bring you good content because that's what you deserve.
Yeah. That's what we want to do. We want to bring you stuff. We want to create things.
Yeah.
We're glad you enjoy them. Keep on watching.
Yeah, you're kind of watching, so we're going to kind of be live and, kind of live while we're doing it.
Kind of broadcasting.
Kind of broadcasting. Kind of podcasting. Which, if you didn't know, you can also listen to this podcast on SoundCloud. And soon, we're hoping to get it on iTunes. Hopefully, we get it. We're trying to figure out all that stuff out, but... either way, we're going to be keeping on doing this every week. Tuesdays, right around 9 p.m. We start a little late tonight, but it's okay. We were kind of late, kind of living, and because we got live. So, but okay, let's see what else here.
Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4.
Dude, the trailer got dropped today.
Yeah.
It sounds, well, obviously, the story's going. I don't know about you. Toy Story has been a prominent thing in my life.
Oh my God!
I don't even know when the first one came out, but I was a wee little lad.
I think it was mid-90s when the first one came out, and I mean, my favorite's the first one. I don't know about what's your favorite.
I mean, you gotta keep it OG. You can't beat the first one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how it is with most movie sequels and whatnot. But I mean, they definitely Toy Story has done a great job with their sequels and whatnot. Like
Animation.
yeah,
Steve Jobs. Pixar.
Steve Jobs, the man. So the fourth one just came out. Well, not just came out. The trailer just got dropped. I think it's gonna be coming out this summer. But if you haven't checked out the trailer, check it out now. I don't want to drop too many hints about it, but this is definitely they took it in a different direction. It's not gonna be the same old Toy Story that we've all seen. They definitely taken it in a new direction, and that's really good for a sequel. You can't do the same story over and over and over again.
No, you can't, because it would be boring, and that's kind of where movies are
Nowadays.
These days, unfortunately.
Yeah, take risks.
So okay, let's see. Custom V Rocker. I broke the VCR in 2 tapes with that movie.
You watched a lot. That was worth it.
Yeah.
That movie is worth that. Oh my god, I have not seen a VCR in years.
You know what? That's hilarious. Custom V Rocker. Send us a DM on our Instagram, profile, and we will send you stickers to wherever you live. Thank you for commenting. Also, we will be giving away a limited edition. Only limited because there's only one of them that I own, of Holly Bowling live album. If anybody's interested, guess what Fish show Doug first went to. And if you can't figure that out, we'll figure out another question, because that is a little hard.
Hint. I live in New York.
Near Saratoga. What? But you gotta guess the year. You gotta guess the year.
Guess the year.
Guess the year that Doug saw his first Fish show.
That's there we go.
And speaking of fish, the Jedi himself, Trey Anastasio, has a documentary coming out about him. It's called Between Me and My Mind. That's going to be premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival, and Trey Anastasio Band will also be playing at one of the viewings. The festival runs from April 25th to May 5th in New York City, Tribeca area. And I'm so excited to see this, because you don't really get to see. It's all about seeing fish live, and it's cool seeing them on video and just seeing maybe other sides that you don't see, other than just the mysterious walk on that they have, and fun communication. The performance, which I mean is the number one thing.
That's why they are who they are. But it's definitely good to see the person, the people behind.
Exactly. And if it's done right, we couldn't be more happier. It's just this band has shaped at least our friendship with all of our friends, and it's going to be really cool to see that. And with that being said, we can't wait for summer tour this year.
For sure.
What dates do you plan on hitting, Doug?
Definitely going to be hitting the Saratoga. I believe it's July 2nd and 3rd, and I believe Camden, New Jersey is the weekend before that. They're doing like three dates there. Gonna try to swing that one.
That would be a cool one. I've never been to that venue either. That would be cool.
Yeah, what ones are you gonna try to hit?
I think so. Definitely SPAC two night run. June 18th, I'll be heading to Toronto to go see them at the Budweiser stage, and hopefully trying to make one more date. When is it? I can't even think. Oh, July 6th, Fenway Park.
Oh.
Looking forward to hitting that. Hopefully I get a cheap ticket. The tickets are sold out, unfortunately.
Good luck with that.
But what are you gonna do? It's fish. But and then there's some rumors going around which we don't want to talk about, just because we only want to provide you guys facts, and we're just keeping our fingers crossed from what we heard. So, but let's see what else here. We got Gear of the Week. Gear of the Week this week is the Sony A7 III. I have picked this piece of gear for this week's Gear of the Week because during our last day's shoot, my favorite thing of shooting the whole video was shooting singer Katie Cole with this the whole time. And it was cool because just having a nice sharp prime lens on the camera, recording the video, and just the quality that it produces is incredible. And I pretty much was using this handheld the whole time, It was pretty much stable the whole time. And cool thing about mirrorless cameras is you can look through the viewfinder and see what you're getting automatically, whereas a DSLR, you wouldn't be able to do that because it's optical, and it's just changing, which I have switched over to Sony pretty much fully now. I still only use Canon lenses for the most part, but not, if I, not to say that I'm not going to continue using Sony lenses, but just, that's where all my lens selection was during this time. And the lens I would also like to share, which I didn't use on the shoot, was the Canon 40mm f2.8. This is a great lens because you can buy it for right around $150 and get a 2.8 sharp, fast, deep aperture lens for a small price. Usually when you buy a zoom, that can get down to 2.8. It can cost you anywhere from $800 to $1,200. So save yourself some money, get a nice lens. You can save some weight on your camera too, which is cool. So what else we got to talk about, Doug?
I would like to talk about the Woodstock lineup.
Okay, let's hear about it.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, Woodstock 50, they finally announced their lineup for the Watkins Glen show. It's going to be August 16th, 17th, and 18th. But they have a whole array of completely artists that are definitely spending from different genres, which, I mean, we were expecting, but now seeing the lineup, it's definitely like a hodgepodge every day.
It's a mix.
It's a hard mix.
It's basically like, I would compare it to a Bonnaroo. I'm kind of upset with the lineup because, and this is going back to our first episode, like, yeah, this is the time we're living in. This is the music that's popular during Woodstock 1969. That music that was rock and roll was popular. And so for many people, this is going to be a festival for, it's just such a diverse thing that you could go from, I guess, stage to stage and still see the concerts that you want to see. But it's like they have an artist and then it's like, oh, but if they had this artist.
Yeah. No, I definitely hear you. And, it looks like for each day, you're probably going to find artists that you're going to, you might want to, like, go, you might hear this, like certain artists, like The Killers, Miley Cyrus. If you're into Miley Cyrus, I would check out her show. That'd probably be a pretty wild show. Santana, Lumineers, Dead and Company, Chance the Rapper, Black Keys, Jay-Z, Imagine Dragon, like Halsey,
Jay-Z would be really cool.
Like
Jay-Z
these are all really
cool
acts. They all definitely have their place. It's gonna be weird to see them all in one environment. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
And I feel like one point that I didn't really even think about when we brought up that first Woodstock conversation from the first episode is that in that time a lot of the popular music was kind of one singular genre. It was like all rock and roll. Now nowadays with modern times, we all like different genres of music. They're all very popular, so it's like understandable that they did this. But it's gonna be kind of weird because you might go to see like 6, 7, 8, 10 of the bands, but there's like 20 more that like you're not even interested in. So it's definitely gonna be an odd atmosphere, but I might still go check it out.
And that's the thing. I don't know how I'd feel about the environment of a festival like this because whereas, and this is just my opinion, some of the festivals that I've been to, I like because also the environment's really cool and it feels genuine. Whereas some festivals like this, it seems a little corporately put together, and I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about, especially a lot of the lower tier bands that could have made it onto this list that didn't. I just see so many awesome bands that are missing from this, and I think it could be better. That's just, I don't know. But that being said, it is history, and the fact that it's being pulled off.
Yeah, this is definitely history in the making. And I also feel like, it could be a good thing for some people, like I'm always interested in trying to find new music to listen to. Maybe this would be a great place for, somebody to find that new artist or new band that you didn't even really think about. You wouldn't even like that song. You didn't really give that 2 seconds of thought. You're like, never mind. Not even gonna don't even care. It might make you like open up to some new artists or maybe like a new genre that you weren't open to listen to. So, it could be a very good thing, It might bring us all together, which is what we really need. We all need peace.
Just no fighting.
No fighting.
Like the last Woodstock. Not cool. So, let's see. What else we got here? Where did I lose my pad to?
Right behind you, boy.
Jeez. Okay, so Google has announced that they're going to be releasing a brand new Glint gaming platform.
Yep.
Tell us about it, Doug.
So Google is entering the gaming sphere. As if there wasn't enough competition, Google is now entering it. And I'm guessing it's going to be kind of like PC based. You're going to be able to go from your computer to tablet to phone. It wouldn't really matter. You go from different screens because wherever you can really access Google. Yeah, that makes sense. And it sounds like the only piece of hardware that at least that we know of now is just gonna be a controller, a handheld controller, which is, for me, I'm a console gamer. I haven't switched to PC yet. There's a couple PC games I would like to play, like Skater XL, but we'll get into that later. Hopefully they drop that for console. But anyway,
seriously,
like console, like I wouldn't be able to get used to the keyboard all quick. I like the console controller in my hand, so like that's gonna be a really cool aspect of it. Yep. And it sounds like it's gonna be all cloud. Like all the games are gonna be in the cloud. You're not gonna have to download anything, which is great if you don't.
It's a stream.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a game streaming platform, so that is gonna be really cool.
That's new.
Yeah, very new. Very curious to see what games are gonna be having on there. If it's gonna be all popular games, or if they're gonna start trying to make their own games. But like. They just announced this recently, so we're going to see how that develops and, where that's going to go. But, this could be another great thing for a lot of people to be able to game together.
Yeah, I mean, and if they can pull it off and get this game streaming idea to just where it's lag-free, I think it could be beneficial. But it kind of scares me because it's like one thing about owning a game, which is really cool, is having the case.
Yeah.
No,
I totally feel you.
But, we gotta live in 2019 here.
Yeah, no, like this is kind of the times we're living in. Everything is kind of cloud storage. It's all up in the air. We don't need the physical copy anymore. But like one thing I do appreciate, because I mean I've been an Xbox guy for a while now. I did grow up with the PlayStation 2. That was the shit. But then I got the Xbox 360 and I haven't looked back.
Game changer.
If you
haven't heard the game Skate 2, get out of the rock.
Oh, get
out of under the rock.
Hopefully, EA needs to make Skate 4. What are you doing?
Come on,
you
EA.
Can make so much money. So much money. Everybody wants a Skate 4. What are you doing? Anyway, so Xbox, the cool thing about buying games, at least like digitally, is being able to, like, say we have an Xbox 360 in our living room and I have my Xbox One out in my bedroom. Say I buy a game on my Xbox 360, I can download it there. I can download it on my Xbox One. Or say I sell that, get another one, I always have that. It's connected to my account. So no matter where I go, I'm never going to... If you scratch your disc, you're not going to have to go buy a new one.
True.
So that is... there's definitely benefits of having that... the digital age, but you do kind of have to have the storage. And that's one thing...
The storage. I was just going to say. The thing is... I think that idea is all, great and dandy and all, but the thing is, most of the systems can't put more on than just like 9 games tops. I don't even know if you can put 9 games.
Like in games nowadays
like 60
are getting
gigabyte installs. Yeah. What the heck happened?
Yeah, no, games are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger
nowadays. It's kind
of
messed up.
It is, and like especially if you have like if you download a full game onto whatever console that you have, there's a chance that it's gonna run laggy because it's all downloaded onto your, like, I've noticed with this, there's really no
clean.
glitching. Yeah, it does play clean. So hopefully Google does this right. I think this could be
groundbreaking.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see what else here. Looks like that's all the news that we have to talk about this week. But one news piece that triggered us well, didn't really trigger us. It's just our topic of the week, and that's photo copyright. So basically, a brand new piece of architecture called let's see what it's called here, because it's not New York City's new vessel, but it is located in New York City, and it is
Hudson Yards.
Hudson Yards. So it was a structure built by Tom Heatherwick, 75-year-old man, and it lies right. I don't know how I would describe it. I'm not too familiar with New York City, but it's pretty much right down by the water.
Okay.
Near the beach.
Down by the beaches.
It's down by the beach. And but the thing is, so it's an amazing structure. Look it up, and but
no, yeah,
if you take any photos of it while you're on it, or looking at it, or anything with the building in it, it is automatically copyright free. Anybody can use it at any time, at any discretion. You'll automatically give up all your rights for it. You know, you can make money off of it. Just don't tell people that it's, everybody owns it, even them already. But I don't know how I feel about this. I'm actually kind of mixed, because at first when I heard about this, the thing that really a little kind of upset me is, as a photographer, I'm maybe traveled just for a photo of this one building, and I want to take a picture of it and maybe reproduce it and distribute it and sell it. I wouldn't be able to, because of this law and the amount of time and where you're traveling from, and the cost of maybe capturing that moment that went behind it. Especially if you don't live in New York City, maybe that's your only chance, or one chance in like every couple of years to do it. It just, as a photographer, it scares me, because the thing is, if other places or things or people start doing this, there's less money to be made in the photography field, other than just weddings, and getting hired for jobs other than just shooting and selling.
It would kind of take away from the artistic standpoint of photography, because
yeah,
you're taking pictures in a way that like most people may not see, and they're gonna really appreciate that. They're gonna look at that. They might even want print that out, put that on their wall. So it's definitely like a piece of artwork, photography on its own.
Totally.
So I think definitely with this law, that can kind of take away from that. But I think there's also this other side of it. If you're the building owner, because if you should really look up this building, because when you see pictures of it, like, it looks it's not a building.
It's an odd building.
It's a very odd. It looks like a work of art. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
So
modern art.
It really, but in a building form. So that's wild. So you kind of got like, all right, well, like, that technically is art. So it's kind of a mashing worlds, because like they should be able to take credit for that, and you're kind of documenting that. But at the same moment, like, that's your art by you taking the photo of it. So
exactly. And just as an update, Glaze420, shout out. He says, or she says, it's east of MSG. I just can't see the thumbnail photo. So
they say it's east of
Madison
Square Garden.
There you go.
There you go.
Listen, Glaze420, hit us up on Instagram, send us a DM, and we'll send you some photos. Just provide us your address, and
get some stickers.
We'll get some free stickers for you. Yeah, and that's the thing. He built it. It's his piece of art. If you go look at the photo if you go look up the paint, look at Mona Lisa, and take a photo of it. Like, it's kind of the same principle.
It really is.
Yeah, because nobody wants. Well, actually, no. That kind of makes no sense. I'm sorry.
It's a very odd thing.
If somebody else owns it and they consider it art themselves, then, why should you make the dime off their piece of art where, they're providing it for free, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, no, and then that just makes me lead to where, are other buildings going to start doing this? For example, Empire State Plaza, what if the same rule applied and all these famous photographs of the Empire State Building, you know, are now just copyright free. You know, I'd be a little pissed.
And you know, and this is one thing that I just thought of. Like, say you take like, you know, like a shot from your drone, or maybe like a helicopter, so it's like a whole cityscape.
Yeah.
But that building, you can kind of see it in that photo. Does that mean that photo now belongs to that that building? Because I mean, it's not necessarily saying that like, hey, like that was the center of focus, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a great point.
It's weird.
Keep in mind, if you're going to be down in the city and you're taking photos of that structure, or you're just taking photos of the city in general and want to sell your photo not royalty free, then make sure you don't get that building in your shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Long story short.
That is a long story short, but I mean, with this building doing that, I wonder it's definitely very apparent. Like, you know, other places could do this.
Totally.
You know, and
it's scary.
Yeah, it's the world we're living in. You know, this is the 2019. You know, we're in full blown internet age. You know, like this is something that no other generation has really seen before. Any like we're living in uncharted waters.
Yes, we are.
So you know, this is definitely gonna be, you know, an iffy ride, but you know, hopefully, we can make it through. We're people. We're strong.
We are.
We got this.
So, Doug, what have you been listening to this week?
A lot of the Joe Rogan podcast.
Awesome.
Know? I've been since I'm still pretty new to, you know, listening to podcasts. You know, I really like the Joe Rogan podcast because a lot of his guests, you know, they're pretty smart people. You know, talking about a whole array of different subjects. So you know, I've gone back through the backlogs and try to find like people, you know, that you at least know about, or you know, one thing I find cool about that is like, you know, he talks about different podcasts that he does with like different people, and then you're like, oh, like I didn't know about that person or what they really stood for. So you go back, you're like, oh, I'll check that one out. So that's been really cool. Music wise, you know, I've been still listening to Mac Miller here and there, you know, because he's, you know, he was a great lyricist. He made great music, you know, from producing to writing all of his own lyrics, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
It's great music. So I'd like to, you know, if you haven't checked out his latest album, the Swimming album that he came out with last year, you should definitely check that out. It's a great piece of art front to back. What about you? What's been occupying your earbuds?
So I've been listening to some Weezer, mainly because I just actually recently shot Weezer at the Times Union Center in Albany for Spotlight Newspapers. Shout out to them for just providing great content as well all over the Albany area, Albany, New York area, if you're from out of the state watching. The live show that they put on was amazing, and you know, with a lot of just mainstream music or just, you know, high level rock and roll. Sometimes a lot of people will always play the same set list, and I saw them twice in 1 year now, and different set list every time, and it was just a very enjoyable show, high energy, and it was awesome. And I've also been listening to a lot of the Grateful Dead just because it's starting to get warmer here in upstate New York, and I'm got my eyes on the summer, and can't wait to hear some live music. You know.
Oh yeah, it's definitely that time of year for, you know, for those garage bands. You know, you gotta have that guitar, the bass, the drums, the vocalist.
Totally.
You know, the classic rock and roll. You know, it always pairs well with the great weather, windows down, sunroof open, cruising down the road. You know, you want that classic rock vibe behind you. You know, you can kind of pretend that you're in a convertible.
Exactly. Yeah. It's true. And but yeah, other than that, that's really it this week. We got kind of a short episode, but stay tuned. We will be actually changing locations because Mirth HQ, we're moving it.
The lease is up.
The lease is up.
But we're not.
Which means our time's up here, where we're living, where we're kind of living, and right now kind of live. Yeah, so it's, you know, good times here, but it's time to move on, move forward, and
so we have one more podcast. This next Tuesday is gonna be our last podcast at this location. We're gonna try to come at you at next Tuesday at our new location, my new apartment. Might be Wednesday. Obviously, you know, gotta make sure we got a nice, good space to broadcast.
Yeah, we got to be ready to be kind of live.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know,
So-
no, this is important business right now.
It is. And, you know, for the 2 people watching, up to 4 people at one point, thank you. And tell your friends.
We're gonna keep bringing you as much content as we can. You know, it's with the summer months coming up. We're gonna keep informing you on what's going on. You know what's happening, what's the goods going on around the world, and you know, especially music scene. You know,
Totally.
festivals coming up. You know, and we're gonna be covering a whole bunch of different things. So stay tuned to mirth-films.com, and also check out Etsy store for
the t-shirts.
T-shirts.
$20 for just $20. And also,
and it also comes with stickers.
Comes with free stickers.
Post them up.
And also, just want to, just mention again, mirth-films.com. You can find out all the latest news that we talk about. You can, check out the concerts that we attend and review, along with just all of our other video content coming out. And, but that being said, got any last thoughts, Doug?
Keep on living.
Keep on living and, stay
golden, pony boy.
Go skate.